Let's talk about iterating through an array. As you can see here, we have some array here. And what iterating through an array basically means is that we will be accessing each of these elements sequentially. So in a sequential manner, starting from the one at index of 0, index of 1, index of 2, 3, and 4. So for example, let's say I wanted to mutate this and I wanted to add 5 to each and every element. So I can, one of the most simple ways to go about this is to use a for loop. So let I equals 0. This is our counter variable. I must be less than how much? 5, because there are 5 elements. But a neater and more recommended way to do this is to use the .length property. So .length. So this will return the length of the array. That is, how many elements does it have? So it has 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want to increment I in the following way, right? And now for each iteration through the loop, I want to add 5 to each element at the index of I. So 0 at I rather, plus equals, this means I'm adding 5, and then I'm going to console.log our array numbers array here like this, and let's refresh now. There we go. So now 13 plus 5 is 18, 25 plus 5 is 30, can be shown here in the console. 75 plus 5 is 80, 26 plus 5 is 31, and 63 plus 5 is 68, as can be shown here in the console. So what's going on here? So I is starting from 0. So at 0 index, we have 13. And what are we doing to 13? We're adding 5 increments, right? At the end of the loop here, increments goes back. And then now I is 1. So index of 1 is 25. So 25 plus 5 is 30. So at the end here, it increments, goes up, checks, is I still less than 5, right? And then it goes back to the loop. At the end of the loop, it increments in the following way. So that's the mechanism, as I'm showing you here. So let's just say I wanted to find out what's the total number, what's the total of all of these numbers, the summation of all of these numbers. So an interesting way to do that is we just say let sum, we say the sum first is 0, right? Let's just set the sum to 0. And then sum will equal the sum plus whatever each element in the array here. I like this, and here I could just say that the total sum is sum like that, and refresh. Total sum of these elements should be 202, as can be shown here in the console. And of course, I didn't recommend this sort of syntax before. I recommended plus equals. So whatever the value of sum is, we're just adding each value of the array in the following way. You can certainly here use a a while loop too, right, with a stop condition. And you can also use a for off loop, just like we did with strings, and for each loop. And I'll discuss those in the upcoming section. Thank you.